there. How do you think the room looks?
Fabulous. I told you it would. I wish you could always have it like this. That lamp looks divine there, and the chairs are just the right color. I told you they would look well in here.
Suppose Harold comes back.
He's not coming back till tomorrow morning.
I know, but suppose he comes tonight. He's mad about his antiques. What do you think he'll say if he goes into his room and finds out we've stolen them?
Don't dramatize. We haven't stolen all his furniture. Just 2 chairs, the sofa, the table, the lamp, the bowl, and the vase of flowers. That's all.
And the Buddha. That's more valuable than anything.
Do stop worrying, darling.
Well, you don't know Harold. He won't even let anyone touch his antiques.
Look, we'll put everything back as soon as Mr. Bamberger leaves. Now stop being dreary.
Well, frankly, I don't think we should have done it. I mean, anyway, Harold or no.
Why not, for heaven's sake? The room looks divine now. Just look at it.
Darling, George Bamberg is a multi-millionaire. He's lived his life against this sort of furniture. Our few stolen bits aren't going to impress him. He's coming to see the work of an unknown sculptor. If you ask me, it will look much better to him if he found me exactly as I really am. A poor artist. It might touch his heart.
It might, but it certainly won't impress Daddy. Remember, he's coming too.
As if I could forget! Why you had to invite your monster father tonight, I can't think.
Oh, not again.
Well, it's too bloody much. If he's going to be persuaded I'm a fit husband for you, just by seeing some famous collector buy some of my work, he doesn't deserve to have me as a son-in-law.
He just wants some proof you can earn your own living.
And what if Bamberger doesn't like my work?
He will, darling. Just stop worrying.
Oh, I can't. Get me a whiskey. I've got a foreboding. It's all going to be a disaster. An A1 copper-bottom 24-carat disaster.
The trouble with you is you're what Daddy calls a DD, a determined defeatist.
The more I hear about your daddy, the more I hate him. I loathe military men anyway. And in any case, he's bound to hate me.
You just have to stand up to him. Daddy's only a bully when he thinks people are afraid of him.
Well, I am.
You haven't even met him.
That doesn't make any difference. I'm a complete physical coward. He'll smell it on my breath.
Don't be ridiculous. Here.
Thanks.
What could he do to you?
Well, for one thing, he can refuse to let me marry you.
Aw, that's sweet. Pooh.
I like you in green. It goes with your hair.
Straighten your clothes. You look sloppy, Pooh.
Well, you look divine.
Really?
I mean it. I've never seen you look so lovely.
Tell me, Bryn, did you... How many others have there been?
Thousands.
Seriously?
Seriously? None.
What about that girl in the photo?
She lasted about 3 months.
When?
2 years ago.
What was her name?
Clea.
What was she like?
She was a painter. Very honest. Very clever. And just about as cozy as a steel razor blade.
When was the last time you saw her?
I told you. 2 years ago.
Well, why was her photograph still in your bedroom drawer?
It was just there, that's all. Give me a kiss. No one in the world kisses like you.
Tell me, did you like it better with her or me?
Like what?
Sexy Pooh.
Oh, look, people will be here in a minute. Put a record on. It had better be something for your father. What is he like?
He doesn't like anything except for military marches.
I might have guessed. Wait, I think I've got some. That last record on the shelf. The orange cover. It's called Marching and Murdering with Sousa, something.
This one?
Oh, that's it.
The Band of the Coldstream Guard.
Ideal. Put it on.
How do you switch it on?
That last knob on the left. That's it. Be sure to plug it in. Let us pray. Oh, God, please let this evening go all right. Let Mr. Bamberger like my work and buy some. Let Carol's monster father like me. And let my neighbor, Harold Gorringe, never find out that we borrowed his precious furniture behind his back. Amen. Oh, blast! We've blown a fuse! Oh, the record player must have caused it. We need another fuse.
Where's the box?
In the hall.
Well, do you have any candles?
I don't think so.
Well, where are the matches?
Well, they should be on the drinks table. Oh, no. Try on that bloody player.
Nothing here.
Oh, damn, damn, damn. Damn, damn, damn. Oh, would you believe it? All right. I'm coming. Oh. Hello? Hello? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm fine. Just fine. You? Darling, go look in the bedroom, will you?
I haven't finished in here yet.
Well, I just remembered that there are some extra fuses in the bedroom. In that drawer where you found the photograph. Go and get one, will you?
I don't think there are. I didn't see any there.
Oh, don't argue. Just look.
All right. Keep your hairpiece on.
I'm sorry. I'm sure there's some there. You must have missed them.
What about the matches?
We'll just have to mend it in the dark, that's all. Please hurry, darling.
Oh, God, how dreary.
Hello? Well, how are you? Fine, that's fine. Fine. Stop saying what? Carol? Darling? Kalia? What are you doing here? I thought you were in Finland. But you've hardly been gone for 6 weeks. Where are you speaking from? The air terminal? No, that's not a good idea tonight. I'm terribly busy and I just can't get out of it. It's business.
There's nothing here except your dreary socks. I told you.
Well, try the other drawers. Look, Leah, I can't talk right now. Look, I told you no, Clea, not tonight. I know it's just around the corner. That's not the point. You can't come round. Look, the situation's changed. Something's happened this past month.
I can't see anything, Bryn, please.
Clea, I've got to go. Look, I can't discuss it over the phone. Has it got to do with what? Well, of course it has. I mean, you can't expect things to stay frozen now, can you?
There's nothing here. We've got to find some matches.
Don't stop wailing! No, not you! I'll call you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Who was that?
Just a chum. Did you find the fuse?
I can't find anything in this. We've got to find some matches.
I'll try the pub. Is that you, Miss Furnival?
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes!
Oh, thank God you're there. I'm so frightened.
Why? Have your lights gone too?
Yes!
It could be a blackout.
I don't think so. The street lights are on in the front. I saw them from the landing.
Oh, this must be the master fuse box. It controls the whole house.
Well, where's that?
Down in the cellar. It's all sealed up. No one's allowed to touch it but the electricity people. They have to come round and repair it themselves. It's underneath the floorboards over there.
Well, you have to get them quick.
How?
Phone them, of course. Don't be so futile.
But they won't come at this time of night.
Don't be such a DD, darling. Try.
Do you by any chance have a match on you, Miss Furnival?
I'm afraid not. So improvident of me. And I'm absolutely terrified of the dark.
Darling, this is Miss Furnival from upstairs. Miss Furnival, Miss Melkett.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Isn't this frightful?
Perhaps you can put Mr. Bamberger off.
Didn't you say he's dining out and coming on here after?
Yes?
So he can't be reached.
Oh, hell! Hello? Hello, operator. The London Electricity Board, please. Night service. I'm sure it's in the books, miss, but I'm afraid I can't see. No, there's no need to apologize. No, I'm not blind. I just can't see. We had a fuse. No, we haven't got any matches. Miss, please, it's an emergency. Thank you. London is staffed with imbeciles.
Oh, you're so right, Mr. Miller.
Miss, please, I don't want the number. I can't dial it. Well, have you ever tried to dial a number in the dark? I just want to be connected. Thank you. Miss Furnival, do you by any remote chance have any candles?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Miller.
Look, I'd like to report to main fuse at 18 Scarlatti Gardens. My name is Miller. Yes, yes. All right. Hold on. Hold bloody on.
If I might suggest, Harold Grange opposite might have some candles. He's away for the weekend, but always leaves his key under the mat.
Oh, what a good idea. That's just the sort of practical thing he would have. Here, take this. I'll go and see. Bugger!
Are you all right, Mr. Miller?
Oh, I knew it. I bloody knew it. Oh. This is going to be the worst night of my life. Oh.
Hello? Hello? This just has to happen tonight. It's just Brinsley's luck.
Is it something special tonight then, Miss Melkett?
It couldn't be more special if it tried.
Oh dear. May I ask why?
Have you ever heard of a German called George Bamberger?
Indeed, yes. Isn't he the richest man in the world?
Yes. Hello? Well, he's coming here tonight.
Tonight?
In about 20 minutes to be exact. And to make matters worse, he's apparently stone deaf.
How extraordinary. May I ask why he's coming?
He saw some photos of Brinsley's work and got madly excited about it. He's a great collector. Bryn would be absolutely made if Bamberger bought a piece of his.
Oh, how exciting.
It's his big break. Or was, till a moment ago.
Oh dear, you must get some help. Jiggle that thing.
Hello? Hello? Perhaps the bomb's fallen and everyone's dead.
Oh, please don't say things like that, even in levity.
Hello? Yes. This is number 18 Scarlatti Gardens. I'd like to report the most dreary fuse. It's what's laughingly known as the master box. We want a little man. Well, they can't all have flu. Oh, please try. It's screamingly urgent. Thank you. Sometime this evening, they hope. That's a lot of help.
They're not here to help, my dear. In my young days, you paid for service and you got satisfaction. Nowadays, you just get some foreigner swearing at you. If they think you're the middle class, that only makes things worse.
Would you like a drink?
I don't drink, thank you. My father, being a Baptist minister, strongly disapproved of alcohol.
Damn it, Ross! Is anyone there?
In here, Daddy Pooh.
Can't you put the light on, damn it? I've almost knocked myself out in the damn milk box.
We've had a fuse. Nothing's working.
Oh, what a relief. A light.
This is my father, Colonel Melkett. Miss Furnivall, she's from upstairs.
Good evening.
I'm taking refuge for a moment with Mr. Miller. I'm not very good in the dark.
When did this happen?
About 5 minutes ago. The main thingy just went.
And where's this young man of yours?
In the flat opposite, trying to find some candles.
You mean he hasn't got any?
No, we can't even find the matches.
I see. N.O. No organization. That's fine.
Daddy, please, this could happen to any of us.
Not to me. What the hell's that?
Some of Brinsley's work.
Is it, by Jove? And how much does that cost?
I think he's asking £50 for it.
My God.
Do you like the flat, Daddy? He's furnished it very well. I mean, it's rich, but not gaudy, too.
Very nice. Elegant. I can see he's got proper taste. Ah, now that's what I know as a real work of art. You can see what it's meant to be.
Good heavens.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that Buddha. It so closely resembles the one Harold Gorringe has.
It must have cost a pretty penny, what? He must be quite well off. By Jove, it's got pretty colours.
Do you know Mr. Gorringe?
Oh, very well indeed. We're excellent friends. He has such lovely things. Oh,
What?
this furniture. Shirley?
Daddy! Why don't you look in here? It's Bryn's studio. There's something I particularly want you to see before he comes back. Please have a look.
Very well, darling. Anything to oblige. Excuse me.
You're a sport, aren't you, Miss Venable?
I don't know. What is this furniture doing in here? It belongs to Harold Gorringe.
I know. We've done an absolutely frightful thing. We've stolen all his best pieces and put Bryn's horrid old bits in his room.
But why? It's disgraceful.
Because Brinsley's got nothing, Miss Venable. Nothing at all. He's as poor as a church mouse. If Daddy had seen this place as it normally looks, he'd have forbidden our marriage on the spot. Mr. Gorringe wasn't there to ask, so we just took the chance.
If Harold Gorringe knew that anyone had touched his furniture or his porcelain, he'd go out of his mind. And as for that Buddha, it's the most precious piece he owns. It's worth hundreds of pounds.
Oh, you won't give us away, will you, Miss Venable? We're desperate, and it's only for an hour. Please? Please?
Very well, I won't betray you.
Oh, thank you.
But it'll have to go back exactly as it was, just as soon as Mr. Bamberger and your father leave.
I swear. Oh, Miss Venable, you're an angel. Do have a drink. Oh, no. You don't. Well, have a bit of lemon.
Thank you. That I won't refuse.
And that's supposed to be sculpture.
It's not supposed to be, it is.
They look like garden implements. I'd like them for turning the soil.
That's not very funny, Daddy.
Sorry, dumpling. Speak as you find.
I wish you wouldn't call me Dumpling.
Well, there's no point in wasting this. We may need it.
Oh, don't be nervous, Miss Venable. Bryn will be right back with the candles.
Then I'll leave, of course. I don't want to be in your way.
Oh, you're not at all. Bryn,
Hello?
did you find anything?
You can't find anything in this. If that candle's there, I don't know where they are. Did you phone the electric people?
They said they might send someone around later.
How much later?
They don't know.
Oh, that's a lot of help. Oh, what a lookout! Not a bloody candle in the house. A deaf millionaire to sculpture to. And your monster father to keep happy. Lovely.
Good evening.
Bryn, this is my father, Colonel Melkett.
Well. Good evening, sir. Fancy you being there all the time. I'm expecting some monsters. Neighbors! Some neighbor monsters, some monster neighbors, you know. They've called up and said they might look round. Well.
You seem to be in a spot of trouble.
No, not really. It's just a fuse. Nothing really. We have them all the time. I mean, it isn't the first fuse I've survived, and I dare say it won't be the last.
Meantime, you've got no matches, right?
Right.
No candles, right?
Right.
No BE, right?
DE.
Basic efficiency.
Well, it wouldn't say that exactly.
By that, I mean the simple state of being at attention in life.
AA, at attention. Sorry.
Rather than at ease.
Well, I'm certainly not at ease.
So, what are you going to do about it?
Do?
Don't echo me, sir. I don't like it.
You don't like it. Sorry.
Now, look, you hear? This is an emergency. Anyone can see that.
No one can see anything. That's the emergency.
Spare me your humor, sir, if you don't mind. Let's look at the situation objectively. Right?
Right.
Now, problem. Darkness. Solution. Light.
Very good, sir.
Weapons. Matches. Candles. Torches. Anything else?
A set of early Christians.
What?
Nothing, sir. Matches, candles, torches, very good.
Well, where might you find any or all of these at this time of night?
I haven't the faintest idea.
The pub, of course! You've a pub nearby, haven't you?
Oh, yes, I spend all my time there. Some of my time. A little of my time. 10 minutes a day at the most.
It won't be closed yet if you hurry.
Oh, thank you, sir. Your clarity of mind has saved the day.
Get on with it, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back in a minute.
Good luck, my darling.
Oh, thank you, my sweet.
Stop that at once.
Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
Harold!
Brinsley?
It's Harold! He's back!
Oh, no!
The furniture!
What's going on here?
Nothing, Harold.
Brinsley?
Don't go in there. Come in here. We've got a fuse. It's dark. It's all over the house.
Have you phoned the electric people?
Yes, come in here.
Oh. It's rather cozy in the dark, isn't it?
I suppose so. So, you're back from your weekend then?
Yes, I am, dear. Weekend. Some weekend. I couldn't take it anymore. It rained the whole bloody time. I feel down to my panties.
Well, have a drink and tell us all about it.
Us? Who else is here then?
I am, Mr. Gorringe.
Fanny!
Taking refuge, I'm afraid. You know how I hate the dark.
Blasted thing. It's beginning to go. There we are. Who are you?
May I present my neighbor, Harold Gorringe, Colonel Melkett.
How do?
How'd you do?
And this is Miss Carol Melkett, Harold Gorringe. Here, let me take your cape, Harold.
Be careful, sobbing wet.
You haven't any candles by any chance.
Would you leave it, Colonel, by haven't? Silly me.
What the devil did you do that for?
I'm saving your wick, Colonel. Yeah, you may need it later, and it's failing fast.
Oh, not to worry. I have some matches.
Matches.
Here we are. Hope I've got the right end. Tricky things. Ha!
No flame can ever stay alight in this room. It's impossible. Cross currents.
I don't know what you're talking about. Which end? Ah, I think that's it. What's up with you?
Nothing.
Have you got a dead body in here or something?
Of course not. It's just that it's dangerous. Deeply dangerous. We could all die, actually.
Die.
Yes. I just remembered. It's something they always warn you about. In old houses, the master fuse box and the gas line are close together. They are down there.
So what about it?
Well, electrical blowouts can damage the gas supply. They're famous for it. They do it all the time. And they say you have to avoid all naked flames until they're mended.
I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
Oh, it's absolutely true. It's fantastically dangerous to burn naked flames in this room. Isn't it, Carol?
Oh, yes, Bryn's absolutely right. They even warned me about it on the phone when I talked to them earlier. They said, whatever you do, don't light a match until the fuse is mended. It's dreadfully, dreadfully dangerous. You wouldn't imagine how dreadfully.
There, you see?
So why didn't you warn me about it, Dumpling?
I forgot.
Brilliant.
Oh, goodness, we must take care.
Oh, we certainly must. Let's have a drink. Cheer us up.
Well, I must say that wouldn't come amiss. Not after the journey I've had tonight. I swear to God, there were 35 people in that compartment. If there was one, babes in arms, toddlers, 2 nuns, 3 yapping poodles, not a sausage to eat from Leamington to London. It's a bloody disgrace. Excuse me, I'll just go and clean up first.
You can do that here.
No, I must unpack anyway.
Do it later.
No, I hate to keep clothes in a suit. You know how I hate a creased suit.
Nonsense, Harold. We don't want you walking about in the dark. You'll knock yourself unconscious. You know how accident-prone you are. And just have a seat with us and relax. Carol, pour Harold a drink, for God's sake.
Well, I must say, you're in a bossy mood. The darkness must bring out the dominant in you.
What will you have, Mr. Gorringe? Winnie, Vera, or Jeanette?
Come again.
Winnie whiskey, Vera vodka, or dear old standby Jeanette?
Well, I can see you're a camp one. If it's all the same to you, I'll have a drop of Jeanette, please, and a little lime juice.
Young man, do I have to keep reminding you that you are in an emergency? You have a guest arriving at any second.
Oh, God, I'd forgotten.
Try the pub, try the neighbors, try wherever you damn well please, sir, but get some light.
Yes. Carol, can I have a word with you, please?
I'm here.
What now?
Excuse us just Just a moment, please, Colonel.
Oh, Mr. Gorange, it's so exciting. You'll never guess who's coming here tonight.
Who?
Guess.
The Queen.
Oh, you are ridiculous.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Think.
I can't. The whole thing's a nightmare.
Is that boy touched or what?
Touched. He's a lollipop.
A what?
An absolute sweetie. I've known him since he came here. There's not many things we keep from each other, I can tell you.
Really?
I have to get all of his furniture back in his room right now.
In the dark.
There's no other way. I can't get the lights till we do.
So don't be a tease, Benny. Who's coming here tonight?
I'll give you a clue. It's someone with money.
Money? Let me think.
Carol?
Can't you just tell him it was a joke?
You don't know him. He can't bear anyone to touch his treasures. It's bad enough in his china shop. The things he keeps at home are absolutely sacred. Do you want him to call me a thief in front of your father? Because that's exactly what he'll do.
Brinzy?
I'm not exaggerating. He can get absolutely murderous when he's upset. He turns into a mad killer inside 10 seconds.
Mella!
Well, how on earth do you do it? Get all this stuff back in there and your stuff back in here without anyone knowing? It's impossible.
Now who's being a DD?
Mella, what's going on up there?
It's no good, Colonel. You can't hear a thing up in that bedroom.
Listen now. You hold the fort, serve them drinks, keep things going, and leave the rest to me. I'll get it all back, every piece.
Get down here, Mella!
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm just getting some extra bottles to bring back to the pub.
Say what you like, that boy's touched.
Trust me, darling. Just trust me. You do your part, I'll do mine.
Mella!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Help is on the way, Colonel. Help is definitely on the way.
Hurry it up, man.
Carol will serve your drinks. If our guest arrives, just explain the situation to him.
Would you like me to come with
No,
you?
no, 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 no! For heaven's sake, no! Stay and dry out those wet clothes. A nice thin line will do wonders for you. I shan't be a minute, everyone. Bye!
Well then, drinks. It's Jeanette for Mr. Gorange, Winnie for Daddy, and I suppose I'll have a nice glass of beer and tonic.
And how are you going to do all that in the dark?
I remember the exact way I put out the bottles. It's very simple.
So, look, love, let me strike a match. I'm sure it's not that dangerous, just for a moment. Hope this is the right time this time.
Oh no! You don't want to blow us all up, Mr. Gorange. Honest, the Batburger would find would be teensy weensy bits of us. Very messy poo.
Wait, is that who's coming here? George Bamberger?
Yes, to see Mr. Miller's work. Isn't it exciting?
Of course, money. Well, I never. I read about him last week, an article about him last week in the Sunday paper. They call him the mystery millionaire. He hardly ever goes out, except in galleries or private studios. He's almost completely deaf, deaf as a post, and spends most of his time indoors with his collection. Ah, that's the life. That's what I'd do if I had money. Just collect all the china and porcelain I wanted.
I've never met a millionaire. I've always wondered if they feel different to us. I mean, their actual skins.
Their skins?
Yes, I've always imagined they must be softer than ours, like the skins of ladies when I was a girl.
What an interesting idea.
Oh, she's very fanciful, is Bernie. Real imagination. I always say she could have been a writer.
Very kind of you, Mr. Gorange. Always so generous with your compliments. But this is by no means fancy. In my day, softness of skin was quite the sign of refinement. Nowadays, of course, it's hard enough for us middle classes to keep ourselves decently clothed, let alone soft.
You never spoke a truer word, Bernie. Everywhere you look, it's gone to the dogs. Take that word you just used, refined. Something gracious and elegant, something old word. Now if you're going to use it, do it think it has something to do with sugar.
That is the tragedy of our times, Mr. Gorange. It's such a charming word, too. Refinement.
I'll tell you the truth, dear. You and I are never going to hear that word spoken properly again in our lifetime. People just don't give a damn anymore. They haven't got a clue, and they don't give a damn. And you and I have simply got to get used to it.
You know, my father used to say, even before the bombs came and burned our dear little house in Wendover, the ladies of my girl, we middle classes are as dead as the dodo.
Your father was a professional.
He's a man of God, Colonel.
Ah, how are those drinks coming down?
Fine, Daddy. There'll be 1 minute.
Well, let me help you.
You can bring this bit of lemon to Miss Carnival if you like.
Very well.
Here you are, Daddy. Bit of lemon for Miss Carnival.
Right you are, Dumpling. So your father was a minister.
He was a saint, Colonel. I'm only thankful he never lived to see the rudeness and vulgarity of life today.
Oh, you're so right, Bernie. Rudeness and vulgarity, that's it to a T. The manners of some people today are beyond belief, honestly. Did I tell you what happened in my shop last Friday? I don't think I did.
No, Mr. Gorringe, I don't think so.
Well, it was about 9:45. I was dusting off the teapot. You know Wedgwood collects dust on the shocking. But who should walk in but that Mrs. Levitt? You know, the ginger-haired bit I told you about? The one who thinks she's God's gift to the bachelors.
Yeah, your bitter lemon.
Thank you, most kind.
Anyway, she has in her hand a vase I sold her last week for an old geezer who's having a birthday. She's having a bit of a ding-dong with, and he lives in Earl's Court. I think she was trying to collect all the loot when he dies, as I read the situation. You know I'm an excellent judge of character, Bernie, and she's a real grasper if I ever saw one.
Blasted rocking chair. I didn't see a blasted rocking chair here before.
Oh yes, dear, you'll want to watch that. It's in a bit of a ropey condition. Anyway, this vase. It's a nice bit of Kiangsi porcelain, blue and white, absolutely authentic. And I've given her the best of the bargain at £60. Infinitely the best of the bargain. No arguments about that. But in she prances, her hair all done up in a bouffant hairdo. Tarty, French-like. Whoever looks better, I'll go half her age with twice her looks. Exactly, you know the sort. And you know what she says? Mr. Gorringe, she says, I've been cheated.
No.
I took this vase up to Miss Everett in the Portobello Market, and he says not, oh, what you call it, Chinese and very rare. He says it's a piece of 20th century trash from Taiwan. Does he, I say. Does he? I keep calm. I always do when I'm riled. Yes, she says. And I'd like you to give me my money back, please.
Mr. Gorringe, what did you do?
I cannot attend, then I let her have it. In the first place, I don't to hide my back. In the second, Miss Everett is as ignorant as Barnsley dirt. He doesn't know mean from being. And in the third, that applies to you too, Mrs. Levitt. Don't ever cross my threshold again, because if you do, I won't make myself responsible for the consequences.
My Mr. Gorringe, how splendid of you. Here's your gin and mine. You deserve it.
I was proper blazing. I didn't care.
Where are you, Daddy? Oh, here's your scotch.
Here, Dumpling. Thank you.
I was a carrot old witch who was telling me about pottery.
Do you care for porcelain yourself, Colonel?
I'm afraid I don't know very much about it, madam. I like some of that Chinese stuff. Like on that statue I saw when I came in here. Very fine.
What statue is that, Colonel?
The one in the packing case, sir. Very delicate.
I didn't realize Britain had any Chinese stuff. Was it other than the statue?
Well then, we all have drinks. I'd like to propose Daddy's regimental toast. Raise your glasses, everyone. To the 25th horse, confusion to its enemies.
I'll drink to that. Confusion.
Of your 25th.
Thank you, Dumpling. That was very touching of you. Very touching indeed. Damn it, that's gin! I've got bitter lemon!
Oh, horrible! Quite horrible! That would be alcohol, I suppose. Oh dear, how unpleasant!
Here, love, exchange with me. You get the bitter lemon, but I get the gin. Colonel?
Here, sir! Scotch for me.
Ah, here, Ferdy.
Thank you.
Well, let's try that again. Bottoms up.
Quite. I can't stand another minute of this.
Daddy, please.
Quiet, Dumpling. There's something very odd going on in this room. If I blow us up, then I'll blow us up. There was a Buddha sitting there when I came in. Where's it now?
A Buddha? I didn't know Bryn had a Buddha. What kind of Buddha was it?
I wouldn't have a Buddha in the house. I'm a Confucian.
What the hell are you doing there?
Now, don't be rash, Colonel. No naked flames, remember?
Don't be impertinent. Did you go to the pub?
Oh, yes, certainly, but it was closed.
You didn't. You could have gotten there in that time, surely.
Of course I did.
But it's 5 streets away, Mr. Miller.
Needs must when the devil drives, Miss Furnival. Whatever the hell that means.
Now, Miller, I don't know much about art, but I know men. I know a liar in the dark, and I know one in the light.
Daddy, please.
Quiet, Dumpling. I don't want to doubt your word. All the same, I want your oath that you went to that public house. Well,
Bryn, Daddy's talking to you.
what are you shouting for?
Of course, I know. He's absolutely right.
So what's your answer then?
That was a very perceptive remark you made there, sir. Not everyone would have thought of that.
Now, sir, there's been something mighty peculiar going on in this room. I've been very patient, but all the same, it's PE now, patience exhausted. If you think I'm going to let my daughter marry a born liar, you are very much mistaken.
Daddy, who?
Quiet, Dumpling, let me handle this.
What's that a handle, sir, for heaven's sake?
Marry? Did he just say marry?
Well, that's the general idea.
You and this young lady, Bryn?
Oh, what's laughingly known as engaged.
Well, I never. What a surprise.
Oh, we were keeping it a secret.
Evidently. You chose to keep it from me, didn't you?
What do you mean, good Harold? We've only been discussing this for a few months.
Much too long. You didn't tell me.
Well, I hope you approve, Harold.
You sly cat.
Well, I didn't choose. I just forgot.
I'm not sure I can contemplate that much trust in a man who doesn't tell me things.
Oh, don't start getting huffy, Harold.
I'm not getting huffy. They'll just teach me not to bank on friendship. It's silly, stupid, trusting me.
Good God, man.
Now, Mr. Gorin, we haven't told anybody. Really, not one single soul we poo.
At the moment, Dumpling, I'm not sure there's anything to tell.
It seems he got off on the wrong foot, Colonel. If it's my fault, I apologize.
My father always used to say, to err is human, to forgive divine.
I thought that was somebody else.
So many people copied him.
Would you like some help, Miss Furnival?
No, thank you, Miss Belkett. I'm just getting myself another bit 11. That is, if I may, Mr. Miller.
Oh, certainly. Go ahead.
Thank you, most kind.
Now, sir, wherever you are,
Here, Colonel.
I'm willing to overlook your damn peculiar behavior this once. But know this, my daughter's dear to me. You show me that you can care for her, and I'll overlook this whole thing favorably. I can't say fairer than that, can I?
No, sir. Most fair, sir. Most fair.
Of course. His works are going to be world famous. In 5 years, I'll feel just like Mrs. Michelangelo.
There wasn't a Mrs. Michelangelo, actually. No, he had rather passionate feelings of a rather different nature.
Really, Mr. Gorringe? I didn't know that.
Look, Harold, I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings. Can't we all be friends?
I'm not sure I could contemplate a friendly relationship with a viper. don't mind if I do.
Let me mix it for you.
Well, I must say there's nothing nicer than having a booze up with a pretty girl.
You haven't even seen me.
Oh, I just know it. Bruno has had wonderful taste in women. I have just said he has the same taste in women as I have in porcelain.
Harold!
Oh, don't be silly, Bryn. Why be so modest? There's nothing to be ashamed about. It's rather flattering, really. I saw a photograph of one of his bits from 2 years ago, and I must say she was pretty stunning in a blousy sort of way.
Which one's that? I suppose she means Clea.
Did you know her, Mr. Orange?
Oh, yes. She's been around a long time.
Has she?
Yes. Oh, am I speaking out of turn?
Not at all. I told Carol all about Clea. I must say, I'm surprised you call 3 months a long time.
What was she like?
I suppose you can hardly remember her, Harold.
And why not shouldn't I?
Well, since it was 2 years ago, you've probably forgotten.
2 years?
2 years ago!
Well, now since you mention it, I remember her perfectly. I mean, she's not one you can easily forget.
Was she pretty?
No, not at all. In fact, she was rather plain.
But she wasn't.
I'm just giving my opinion.
You've never given it before.
I was never asked. But since it's come up, I always thought she was ugly. For one thing, she had bad teeth, like a yellow picket fence. It was all spiky. And another, she had bad skin.
She had nothing of the kind.
She did, I remember. It was like new pink wallpaper, old, gray, crumbly wallpaper underneath.
Oh, this is disgraceful.
You knew I never liked her, Brinsley. She was too clever by half.
And so tiresomely bohemian.
You mean she was as pretentious as her name? I bet she was. That photo I saw of her showed her in a sort of sultry peasant blouse. She looked like the bartered bride done by Lloyd's Bank Operatic Society.
That's not very funny, Harold. What the hell's the matter with you?
With me?
Well, I'm sure it wasn't the Colonel.
What was it, sir?
Clea! Clea! I was just remembering her, sir. Oh, you're all talking the most awful nonsense. She was beautiful. And anyway, Harold, you just said I was famous for my taste in women.
Aye, but it had its lapses.
Oh, rubbish! She was beautiful and tender and considerate and kind and loyal and witty and adorable in every way.
You told me she was as cozy as a steel razor blade.
Did I? Surely not. It doesn't sound like me.
You said to me in this room when I asked you what she was like. She was a painter. Very honest, very clever, and just about as cozy as...
As a steel razor blade! There! I said it! So bloody what?
So nothing.
If that boy isn't touched, I don't know the meaning of it.
What's all this talk about her being kind and tender all of a sudden?
She could be, on occasion, very
Rare occasions, I imagine.
not so rare. Not so rare at all.
Meaning what, exactly? Brinsley, I'm talking to you.
I can explain. Go to the bedroom, wait for me there. Oh, God, I wasn't talking to you.
I think it was you upstairs. For what purpose I can't begin to imagine.
They're going to do more of that plotting, I dare say.
Darling, has something gone wrong?
It's all back, every bit of it.
You mean we can have lights?
Yes. No!
Why not?
Never mind.
Why do you want me in the bedroom?
I don't. Go away. I didn't mean that.
There you are! They are plotting again. What's going on up there?
Nothing, Colonel. I just remembered. There might be a torch underneath my bed. I use it to blind the burglars with. Have another drink, Colonel.
What do you mean another? I haven't had one yet.
Oh, poor Colonel. Let me get you one.
I can get one for myself, thank you. Let me get you another bit of lemon.
No, thank you, Colonel. I'll manage myself.
So this is what they mean by a blind date. What the hell is going on?
Nothing. George Bamberger's only coming to see my work, and we've got a mains fuse.
Is that the reason for all this furtive clutching?
Look, I can't explain things at the moment.
Who's that frightful gal?
Just a friend.
She sounded more than that.
Well, if you must know, it's Carol. I've told you about her.
The idiot dead?
She's a very sweet girl. As a matter of fact, we've become good friends in the last 6 weeks.
How good.
Just good.
And have you become friends with her father, too?
Well, if it's any of your business, they've just dropped in to meet Mr. Bamberger.
What was it you wanted to tell me on the phone tonight?
Nothing.
You're lying.
Look, Leah, if you ever loved me, just slip away quietly with no more questions and I'll explain everything later. I promise.
I don't believe you.
Oh, please, Leah. Please, please, please.
Finally, a decent glass of scotch. Are you getting your bitter lemon?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Colonel.
I'm just wondering if this Bamberger fellow is going to show up at all. He's half an hour late already.
Oh, that's nothing, Colonel. Millionaires are always late. It's their thing.
I'm sure you're right, Mr. Orange. That's how I imagine them. Hands like silk and always 2 hours late.
No one in the world kisses like you.
I missed you badly, Bryn. I've thought of nothing else these past 6 weeks. Oh, Bryn, I made the most awful mistake walking out.
Oh, Leah, please.
I mean, we've known each other for 4 years. We can't just throw each other away like old newspaper.
I don't see why not. You know my politics, you've heard my gossip, and you've certainly been through my entertainment section.
How about a second edition?
Darling, I can't stop right now. Can't you trust me for just an hour?
Of course I can, darling. You don't want me down there?
No.
Then I'll get undressed and go quietly to bed. When you've got rid of them all, I'll be waiting.
That's a terrible idea.
I think it's lovely. A little happy relaxation for us both.
I'm perfectly relaxed.
Brinsley! Too solemn for day, too sweet for night. Come not in darkness, come not in light. That's me, isn't it?
Of course not. I just can't explain things at the moment.
Very well, you can explain them later. In bed.
Not tonight, Clea.
Either that or I come down and discover your sordid secret.
There is no sordid secret.
Then you won't mind my coming down.
Brinsley!
Oh, God. All right, fine. You can stay. Only keep quiet. Oh. Blackmailing git. Yes, my sweet?
What are you doing up there? You've been in eternity.
I was just checking the bathroom, dear. You never know what you might find in that clever little cabinet.
Are you trying to madden me, sir? Are you trying to put me in a fury, sir?
Oh, certainly not, sir.
I'll have you know my furies are not unknown, sir.
I may sing.
I may knock your teeth in.
What?
Bryn, how dare you talk to Daddy like that?
No, I wasn't talking to Daddy like that.
Then who were you talking to?
No one. Myself. I was talking to myself. I was saying, if you keep groping about up here like this, you may knock your teeth in.
Mad. Mad. It's the only explanation. You've got yourself engaged to a lunatic.
I know something's going on up there, Bryn, and I'm coming to find out what it is.
Carol, no.
I'm not such a fool as you take me for. I know when you're hiding something. Your voice gets all deceitful. Very foxy poo.
Now look, darling, that's not very ladylike. I'm sure the Colonel won't approve of you entering a man's bedroom in the dark.
I'm coming up, Brinsley. I'm coming up.
I'm coming down, Carol. I'm coming down.
Hello, please. Mr. Miller, Mr. Miller, I've come as far as arranged.
My God, it's Bamberger.
Bamberger!
It's Bamberger.
You must have thought I was never coming.
No, not at all. I'm delighted you could spare the time. I know how busy you are. I'm afraid we've had the most idiotic disaster. We've had a fuse.
You have to speak up here. He's stone deaf.
We've had a maid's fuse. Not the best conditions for seeing sculpture.
Not to worry. Here.
Oh, what a relief.
Do you always travel with a torch?
Mostly, yes. It helps to see details. You were holding a private view?
No, these are just some friends. May I present Colonel Melkett? A great honor, sir!
No, mine.
Miss Carol Melkett!
I say hello. How nice of you to show up. It's terribly kind of you to take such an interest.
Not at all.
Harold Gorringe, a neighbor of mine!
How do? Very honored, I'm sure.
Enchanted.
It's a real thrill meeting you.
And another neighbor, Miss Furnival!
Enchanted.
I'm afraid we will be taking refuge from the storm, as it were. Oh, it is true. They are softer. Much, much softer.
Softer, please.
Miss Furnival, please.
Excuse me, but why are you all shouting? I'm not deaf.
You told me he was.
I read he was.
My father was. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. A misunderstanding.
Oh, I just love your outfit. And where'd you get that smart little cap?
My cow.
Yes, it's so chic. Wildly original.
Oh, but you must have seen them before. We all have them.
You mean in some kind of club? I bet it's very exclusive.
Oh, yes. Absolutely impossible to get into.
My father always used to say it is easier for a rich man to go through the eye of the needle than for a camel to enter heaven.
Honey!
Oh, Christ!
What?
The sofa! I'd completely forgotten about the sofa. Let's get that bloody torch away from him.
Excuse me, but I am pressed for time.
Of course.
Gott im Himmel! Is this one of yours?
Yes?
It's amazing! Absolutely fantastic!
You really think so?
But definitely, I see at once what it represents.
You do?
Oh, no question. The two needles of man's unrest, self-love and self-hate, both leading to the same point. I'm right, aren't I?
Absolutely. It's easy to see you're an expert, sir.
Nine.
May I suggest an experiment? I'd love for you to feel it in the dark.
Sit down.
Yes, I actually made that sculpture to be felt, not seen. I call it my theory of factual tactility. If it doesn't stab you to the quick, it's not art. Carol, why don't you relieve our distinguished guest of his torch, and he can try this for himself?
Oh, yes.
Now, raise up your arms and feel it all over, sir. With passion. That's the trick. Total commitment.
For the bar, impaled here, I feel the vital thrust of the argument, the anguish of our times. It has real moral force. I feel the passionate embrace of similarities combining to create an orgasm of opposites.
Ooh, how super!
Oh, you should charge immense sums for work like this, Mr. Miller. This, for instance, how much is this?
15.
500 guineas.
So, well,
You wouldn't like it then?
oh, very much.
For 500 guineas?
But of course, if I add it.
You mean you got broke?
No, I mean I never had it.
Now, sir, I know millionaires are supposed to be eccentric.
Steady! Millionaires. Who do you think I am?
Damn it, man, you must know who you are.
Mr. Bamberger, is this some kind of joke you like to play?
Excuse me, but please, that is not my name.
It isn't.
No, my name is Schuppenzi. Franziska Emanuel Schuppenzi. Born Weimar, 1905. Student of philosophy at Heidelberg, 1934. Refugee to this country, 1938. Regular employment ever since with the London Electricity Board.
Electricity!
You mean you're not?
Of course he's not.
Excuse me, but who did you imagine I was?
How dare you?
Please?
Of all the nerve, come in here, give us a lecture about orgasms, and all the time you just here to mend a few.
I agree with you, sir. It's monstrous.
It is.
You come in here, a public servant, pretending to be deaf, and you continue to harangue your employers unasked and uninvited.
Excuse me, sir, but I was invited.
Don't answer back! In my day, you would have been fired on the spot for impertinence.
Daddy's absolutely right. Ever since the Beatles, the lower classes think they can behave exactly as they want.
Miller, would you kindly show this fella his work?
Why don't you just go into the cellar?
All right. All right. Where is it?
I'll do it. Come on, get a move on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Down you go.
Well then, I live the light of art for the dark of science.
Let's have a little lesson with lip, shall we?
None of this evening is happening.
Oh, I know, darling. Cheer up. Everything will be all right. In a few minutes, Bearburger will arrive in light, and he'll adore your work and give you £20,000 for your entire collection.
Oh, yes.
And then we can buy a super little house and live what's laughingly known as happily ever after. I want to leave this place just as soon as we're married. Why? I don't want to live in a slum for our first couple of years like other newlyweds. What's the matter with you?
The gods listen, darling. They've given me a terrible night so far. They may do worse.
Oh, I know. You've had an awful night. Poor baby. But I don't care. I'll fight them with you. I don't give a fig for those naughty old gods. Do you hear me? Not one little figgy poo.
What is it?
It's raining!
Don't be stupid. How can you be?
Hey! What's going on?
What's all this yelling for?
Ah, it's a leak. The water mains must have gone now.
Oh, good God.
It must be.
Don't tell me there's someone else here.
Good Lord. Who is it? I know you're there. I bet you it's Mrs. Bunnet.
Who?
Mrs. Bunnet, my cleaning woman. She comes here every Friday.
Well, what would she be doing here now?
I just remembered. I mentioned to her yesterday that I was giving a party tonight, and she said she'd come round and tidy up the place for me.
But damn it, man, it's 10 o'clock.
She can't be that conscientious. Not for what you've told me.
Oh, but she is. You can't imagine how devoted she is. Once she came up at midnight and said that she couldn't even sleep for thinking how dirty the place might be.
When did she come?
She must have come round and slipped upstairs without our hearing. She's very discreet. She actually wears a pair of special swan's-down slippers to keep noise down to the minimum.
Well, let's just see if it's her, shall we?
No. She hates being disturbed.
Mrs. Punnett? Is that you? Mrs. Punnett?
Hello? Yes?
It is. For heaven's sake, what are you doing up there, Mrs. Bonnet?
I'm just giving your bedroom a bit of a tidy set.
At this time of night?
I'm afraid I was delayed, but better late than never, sir, as they say. I know how you like your bedroom to be nice and inviting when you're giving one of your little parties.
When did you come, madam?
Just a few minutes ago, sir. I didn't like to disturb you, so I came on up here, but I can't seem to find the light. It's as dark as Newgate's knocker. Are you playing one of your kinky games, Mr. Miller?
No, Mrs. Bonnet. It's a fuse. It's all over the house.
Oh, a fuse. I thought it might be one of your kinky games in the dark, sir. Perhaps the one with the rubber underclothes and those little whips.
It is a fuse, Mrs. Bonnet. The man is mending it now. The light will be on any minute.
Well, that'll be a relief for you, won't it?
Oh. Yes, of course. Now why don't you go on home now?
Are you sure of that, sir?
Oh, but with its fuse, it's pointless, isn't it?
Oh, no, sir. I can clean this place with my eyes shut. And I'd like to, really. I'd hate your guests to see it as it usually is. Bras and panties in the sink, contraceptives on the floor, and marijuana seeds simply everywhere. everywhere.
Please watch what you say, madam. You are in the presence of Mr. Miller's fiancée.
Fiancé?
Yes, and I am her father.
Well, I never. Oh, Mr. Miller, I'm so happy for you, fiancé. And you never told me.
I was keeping it a surprise.
Well, I never. Oh, how lovely. May I kiss you, sir, please?
Oh, well, yes, of course.
Oh, sir, I'm so happy for you. And for you, miss, too.
Thank you.
And for you, sir, too.
Thank you.
You must be Miss Clea's father.
Miss Clea? I don't understand.
Oh, well done, Miss Clea. So you've got him at last. I never thought you would. Not after 4 years.
No.
Forgive me, sir, if I'm speaking out of turn, but you must admit you took an awful long time proposing. 4 years is a very long time to be courting one woman.
Mrs. Punnett, please.
Years? Well, yes, dear, it's been all that and a bit more, hasn't it? And I mean, it was getting just in time, really. It's getting a bit prominent, your little bun in the oven. Oh, no, miss, I don't mean that's why you proposed. Of course it's not. He's always been stuck on you. He told me so not 1 week ago, in this room. Miss Punnett, he says, Miss Punnett, as far as I'm concerned, you can keep the rest of them. Miss Clea will always be on the top of the heap for me. Oh, I says, what about that dame John Fit? Carol, the colonel's daughter, the one you're always telling me about. Oh, he says, she's just a bit of nice rich candy floss. Couple of licks and you've had her.
Did you say 4 years, madam?
Yes, Colonel. 4 years in this room.
I know that voice. It's Clea.
Clea?
Clea? I don't understand a thing that's going on in this room.
I know, sir. It's a very odd room, isn't it? It's like a magic dark room where everything happens the wrong way round. Rain falls indoors, the daily comes at night, and turns in a second from a nice maid into a nasty mistress.
Shut up, for God's sake.
At last, one real word of protest. Have you finished lying then? Have you eaten the last crumb of humble pie? Oh, you coward, you bloody coward. Just because you didn't want to marry me, did you have to settle for this lot?
Mary?
Mary?
4 years of meaning and in this triviality. Miss Laughingly known as, and her daddy poo.
Stop her, for God's sake!
And how would you suggest I did that?
Well, where's all this bloody resource you keep talking about?
There you are. Now, Dumpling. Keep your head. Calm down. Everything will be all right.
Are you sure that's your daughter's hand you're holding, Colonel?
What? Carol! Isn't this your hand?
No.
You must have lived with your daughter for well over 20 years, Colonel. What remarkable use you've made of your eyes. All right, my kinky game time. Let's all play Guess the Hand.
Oh, good God.
Or would you rather play Guess the Teeth, Harold? Who's got teeth like a picket fence?
How disgusting!
Oh, well, that's me, dear. I'm Queen Disgustapoo. All right, who's that?
I don't know.
Go on.
I don't know and I don't care.
Guess.
Well, it's Bryn, of course. You can't trick me like that. It's Brinsley's stupid hand.
I'm afraid you're wrong. It's me.
It's not. You're lying!
I'm not. I don't lie.
You're lying! You're lying!
I'm not.
All right, your turn, Harold.
I'm not playing. It's a bloody silly game.
All right, who's that?
It's Brit.
Yes.
Oh, well done.
How does he know that? How does he know your hand and I don't?
Calm down, Carol.
Answer me. I want to know.
Stop it.
I won't!
Oh, you're getting hysterical.
Leave me alone. I want to go home.
Carts! Shopping carts in the supermarket! All those wire carts filled with babies and bottles! They aim at you on purpose! No help from anyone! People used to say, yes, madam, thank you, madam, do you want it delivered? Now all they say is cornflakes over there and leave you to yourself. Biscuits over there, Prelo over there, cat food over there, pink stems, green stems, free menu, television dinners, and Darcy
it's time we went home?
Yes, you're quite right. I'm sorry I can't stay any longer, Mr. Miller, but your millionaires are unpardonably late. So typical of modern manners. Express my writs if you please.
Certainly. Thank you, Clea. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
You had no right.
No?
You walked out on me.
Is that what I did?
You said you never wanted to see me again.
I never saw you at all. How could you be walked out on? You should live in the dark, Brinsley. It's your natural element.
Whatever the hell that means.
It means you don't really want to be seen, do you? Why is that, Brinsley? Do you think if somebody ever really saw you, they would never love you?
Now go away.
I want to know.
Oh, yes, you always want to know. Pick away. Why is that, Clea? Have you ever wondered why you feel the need to do that? Well,
Perhaps because I care about you.
perhaps there's nothing to care about. Just a fake artist.
Stop pitying yourself. It was always your vice. I told you when I met you, you could either be a good artist or a chic fake. You didn't like it because I refused to just give you applause.
Well, you certainly did that.
Is that what she gives you? 20 hours of ego massage every day?
At least our life together isn't a replica of the Holy Inquisition. I didn't have an affair. It was 4 years of nookie and torquemada.
Don't say you didn't enjoy it.
Enjoyed it. I hated every second of it.
Yes, I remember.
Every second.
I recall.
The day you left was the happiest day of my life.
Mine too.
I went dancing that very night.
So did I. It was out with the lyre and the timbrel.
Good. Then that's just fine then.
Fine.
Super.
Super.
It's lovely to see you looking so happy.
You too. Radiant with self-fulfillment.
No doubt you two find this very funny.
It is. Quite actually.
I'm not so easily amused, however, madam.
Now look, Colonel.
Hold your tongue, sir, I'm talking. Do you know what would have happened to a young man like you in my day, who treated a woman the way you have treated my dumpling?
Well, I assume...
Hold your tongue, sir, I'm talking.
Oh, leave it, Daddy. Let's just go home.
Dumpling, kindly leave this to me.
Oh, now look, I can explain, Carol.
What the hell's to explain? The whole time you were with me, she was in the background. What were you doing? Weighing us up? Here.
What?
Your ring. Take the bloody thing back.
Ah! My eye! My damned eye! Oh, very droll, madam, very droll indeed. Miller! I asked you a question! Do you know what would have happened to a young lout like you in my day?
Happened, sir?
You'd have been thrashed, sir.
Thrashed?
You'd have felt the mark of a father's horsewhip across your seducer's shoulders.
No, look, Colonel.
You'd have raised your gutter-snag voice in a piteous scream for mercy and forgiveness. Ah!
Oh, you villain!
Harold?
You skunky, conniving little villain!
What's the matter?
Have you seen the state of my room and my candle? Let's watch her turn upside down. Watch her on top of another like a portobello junk shop. And that's not the worst, is it, Brinsley? No, not by a long chalk.
Long chalk?
Don't play the innocent with me. I thought I had a friend living here all these years. I didn't realize I was living opposite a stinking little thief.
Harold?
This is my reward, isn't it? After years of taking care of you, because you're too much of a slob to do it yourself. To have my best pieces stolen to impress your new girlfriend and her daddy. Where's my sofa? Where's my irreplaceable chaise longue?
Behind the curtain.
Unbelievable.
It was an emergency, Harold.
Don't say another word. You and that little net can carry it back to my place this instant. any of the pieces you've stolen. I think this is the end of our relationship, Brinsley. I doubt if we shall be speaking again. I think I'm going to have to smash you, Brinsley.
No, steady on, Harold. Don't be rash.
Oh, yes. I'm very much afraid I'll have to smash you. Smash for smash, that's fair as due. Smash for smash. Smash for smash!
Stop, Harold. You've gone mad.
Now, sir, that's a good idea. I think it's time for a reckoning.
No, be reasonable, Colonel. Please be reasonable. Harold, I appeal to you. You've always had civilized instincts. Don't join the army.
Get him, Daddy! Get him! Get him!
Carol!
Get him! Get him!
Leo!
Damn it! Brinsley. Come out, wherever you are!
Oh, hush up, Colonel. We'll hear them breathing.
Good idea. ST, smart tactics.
Hello, this Mr. Miller?
Oh, God, it's the electrician.
Have you mended the fuse?
Or you going to keep us in the dark all night?
Don't worry, the fuse is mended.
Thank God for that.
Hello, this Mr. Miller? Where are you? Why this darkness? It's a joke, yes?
Oh no! That is not very funny, my good people. To imitate my voice just because I am a foreigner. So right. You English can be the rudest people on earth.
Mr. Miller, I have come to give attention to your sculptures.
Gott in Himmel!
Gott in Himmel.
God, it's him! It's Bamberger!
Hamburger?
Bamberger? Don't worry, Mr. Bamberger. We've had a fuse, but it's mended now.
Mr. Miller.
You'll have to speak up. He's dead.
Don't worry, Mr. Bamberger. We've had a fuse, but it's all right now. That's true, Leah. That's absolutely true. It's all right now, just in the nick of time.
So, here's then an end to your troubles. Like Jehovah, it's the sacred testament. I give you the greatest gift in all creation. I give you light. Light.
Oh, thank God, thank God.
I wouldn't take him too soon if I were you, Brinsley.
Nor would I if I were you, Brinsley.
Nor would I, Brinny Pooh, if I were you.
Then thank me, for I shall play God for this hour. Attend, all of you. God said, let there be light. And there was, good people. Suddenly, astoundingly, instantaneously, inconceivably, inextinguishably, inexpressibly, and eternally.